Can you say it again?
Mayor Micah Powell, spelled M-I-C-A-H-P-O-W-E-L-L.
Can you just, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
If you don't mind, just start by telling us what you know about the incident that happened here today.
Yes, I was told this morning about 7:30, an accident occurred with a hot air balloon where 13 passengers were inside there. 8 of them were skydivers, 1 operator of the hot air balloon, and 4 passengers that were inside the hot air balloon gondola. At which time 8 skydivers exited, and at the time it's unknown what happened, but eyewitness was stated that in the last several seconds of the impact that the material of the hot air balloon was just straight up and down, and the impact was fairly large at the time. I was briefed. There was 5 individuals inside the gondola. They were taken to 3 of them were taken to a local hospital where they passed away. There was 1 that passed away here on scene, and there's another one that's in critical condition at a trauma center hospital in the valley. I guess the call came out at 7:30 in the morning, and that's when Eloy PD along with Eloy Fire District arrived and assessed the situation. We have NTSB here, and we also have FAA conducting their investigation along with Eloy Police Department and detectives in working with the witnesses and everybody that's been involved. The city of Eloy is a close-knit community with a high, very large skydive community presence here, where we have the world's largest drop zone. And so when this occurs into our community, it affects us because the skydiving community is a large one and very, very close-knit. And it saddens us that we've had to report this situation to everybody, because we actually have a skydiver on my city council, and so this is close to home to all of us. So that's kind of all we know right now. We'll have more information once the investigation by the FAA and NTSB has been conducted, along with our City of Eloy detectives as well.
That eyewitness, was it the person who is in the hospital, or was that someone on the ground?
Somebody from outside. They saw the last 10 seconds before the impact, and they said that the material of the balloon portion was just straight up. And so they said that's when they saw the impact.
And so that person called 911?
I believe so, yes. Yep.
Have you spoke with this eyewitness yourself?
No, I have not. No, I've been briefed regarding the situation all day with my city manager, with the police chief, and so I'm getting the information that's been brought to them to me. So.
You mentioned that there's a large skydiving presence in this community. Do you happen to know if any of these victims are local to Arizona?
I don't know that right now. I don't know who were there. I just know that the skydiving community is very large here in this area.
Is there also a large hot air balloon riding population here? Is that something that happens often out this way?
I'm not sure. I know there's one. I don't know where. I don't know the company or the owner of the hot air balloon, where they reside at, where they're fixed out of. So I don't know which one, but there is one that's here local.
So these incidents happen like this before?
Not like this. You know, incidents like this, situations like this happen all the time. You know, well, not all the time, but it does happen. You know, several months ago we had a fixed airplane that crashed just outside the airport. We've had situations where skydivers, something mechanical happened with their chute, and we've had incidents with that, but nothing to this like this. This is sad. This is sad because it's you know, you go up on a Sunday morning just to feel the breeze, the coldness in your face, and expecting to see your friends skydive out of a hot air balloon, which is not uncommon, and then we have a situation like this, and so that's a sad part.
The one person who's in critical condition, was that a passenger or the operator of the balloon? Do you
I believe that's one of the passengers of the. Yeah.
Can you just speak a little bit more about the impact this kind of situation has on such a tight-knit community?
Oh, it's huge. Skydivers kind of, you know, they're something special. I've worked with them. I've even skydived myself, and I know how devastated they are just from a distance because of how close-knit they are. They live and breathe this sport, and we've had, you know, world championships here. We've had World Cups here, where countries from around the world are here in Eloy, and you know, it's tough when something like this happens to their family. These skydivers, they travel amongst, you know, locations, and they're family, so it's with each other. I also have my police chief here too, if you want to ask more of the detailed questions of the investigation as well too. So our heart and prayers go out to everybody, to all the families. This is sad. You know, like I said, you don't wish this upon anybody, you know, in a sport like this, in a community like this. And so we're all terribly sad, and from myself, my counsel, to everybody involved, my heart and prayers go out to everybody, to the loved ones.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Chief, you're up.
If you want to just remove them and we'll take them from you as you go.
Yeah.
That might be easiest. I'll hold that. Is that yours?
Yes, thank you.
Is that it? No, that's this one, right?
Sure, yeah.
I'm Gabriella.
Hi, Gabrielle. I'm
Nice
Byron.
to meet you. I'll have you also throw that in one of your pockets. You're going to have a bunch of them,
I'll look
so
until I run out of pockets. It's all funny.
they all have clips on them too.
Good thing you got a lot of pockets.
Well, I can't. Yeah, I thought I should bring pockets today. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate your time.
Chief, you want to be
Wherever you need me.
Have you do the dance? And,
No kidding. Yeah, as long as I don't fall in a pool.
Try to put this behind
Oh,
you.
do this. Get to know you nice and personally here right
yes,
away. All right.
absolutely.
It looks so silly.
Do
with
you
all
mind
these
if I try
words.
clipping this on a belt, or do you want to throw it in the
Oh yeah, we can find it. Maybe this will work down here.
I've done worse.
Yeah, I haven't dropped on it or stepped on it
I've
yet.
kicked
So.
it, and you've got to remind me to take it off because I've done that too.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh, one more here? Sure.
I'm going to definitely use the other side. That way, I'm going to put them right there.
Now he's better looking than me because he has better hair.
We go to the same barber.
I think just so it's a different like background, they'll have
Oh,
you.
let me.
Oh, sorry.
Get my wall.
Take off because this is cable.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to place myself on kind of like the right of all of us. That way, he's a little framed on my right instead of my left.
You think it looks straight there? Oh, you got to put it here. I think we have the same problem with the light, right?
It's going to just be the other side of his face that's there.
The glare off my head.
I'm sorry, can I add one more?
Oh sure.
Thank you. I'm from these for Tucson, but
Oh, awesome.
wherever you can. Gosh, this
Here we go.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Good to go.
Yeah.
All right, got my. I'm running out of room. And one more.
With the light, you mean?
Yeah.
Put it on that side.
Oh, lighting it. Not the good. Let me just this wire around you.
Sure.
You want to be like just looking on the bill just to have everyone?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Let me know what you need.
Can we have you just start by saying and spelling your name for us?
Sure. My first name is Byron. That's B-Y-R-O-N. My last name is Gwaltney. That's G-W-A-L-T-N-E-Y.
And you're the chief of police.
And I'm the chief of police.
Can you start by just telling us what you know about the incident that happened here this morning?
Sure. Early this morning, at approximately 07:30 this morning, we received multiple 911 calls of a balloon crash. Officers from the Eloy Police Department and staff from the Eloy Fire District quickly responded to this area. It's an empty field, a desert area on the northern edge of the city of Eloy. When they got there, they found a large gondola, a hot air balloon, had crashed into the desert area. Thanks to Eloy Fire Department, they quickly extricated the victims as they could. At that time, the victims were transported to local hospitals. I think as already been reported, unfortunately, one of the passengers was confirmed deceased at the scene. And as you can imagine, the investigation is still ongoing, so details are somewhat slim as we stand here right now. And as the investigation continues and more information becomes available, the circumstances could certainly change. What we do know at that point is we had 5 victims here at the scene. Some of the investigation revealed that earlier in the morning the aircraft had lifted off with approximately 8 skydivers and 5 people in the balloon itself that were not going to skydive. What we know at this point is the skydivers were able to exit the balloon without incident and completed their planned skydiving event. And then shortly thereafter, something catastrophic occurred with the balloon, causing it to crash to the ground. Currently, our investigators are working closely with the NTSB and the FAA, who have been on scene since this morning. They are the experts in aircraft crash investigations, so our department's role is in supporting that investigation. Their experts and investigators are on scene now, and as you can imagine, going through the physical evidence here at the scene, conducting interviews with any eyewitnesses, collecting any available video to add to what they know about the investigation as it currently sits. We haven't released names yet. As you can imagine, next of kin notifications are still ongoing, and not everyone is local, so that creates some difficulty in ensuring that that's done in a timely manner. So as soon as we can, we'll appropriately release the names of the victims. And again, kind of wrapping up the issue here at the scene, what we did find out later is 3 of the victims that were transported to local hospitals have passed. And there's one still alive as far as we know that is in a Phoenix area trauma center. So 1 on scene confirmed deceased, and then 3 that later died at the local hospitals.
Do you know where the hot air balloon took off and where it was supposed to land?
We don't have any information right now that is concrete as far as what the flight plan or the mission plan of the hot air balloon was. It didn't originate in Eloy. We have some pretty good information right now that it originated outside the city of Eloy. The skydivers, what we do know at this point, it appears their intent was to jump into the Eloy Municipal Airport, which is a large skydiving center. But what their end point was, or what the overall flight path was planned for, we don't have that. We anticipate the NTSB and the FAA investigators will have that information as the investigation continues. And as we stand here at this point, our role is to really support the NTSB and the FAA and their ongoing investigation to make sure that we can, provide for them whatever they need. Likewise, the Eloy Police Department is conducting a parallel investigation as normally do in these type of cases.
Talking to witnesses,
yes.
Did any witnesses tell you if it was very windy at that time?
We don't have any of that information readily available. As you can imagine, this is a rural area, so it's sparsely populated. So witnesses, there are a few. We do have some information, but what I can't tell you at this point is what each witness had to say. Those interviews are still ongoing, and the information from those being compiled and shared with our partners with the NTSB and the FAA. So some of the the eyewitness information is what I can tell you was very brief. The incident appeared to occur very quickly. So it's just an absolute tragedy for our community and for the people that we're working with today. So.
Do you know about how long the balloon was in the air before the incident happened?
We have no idea. As I said, the original launch point of the balloon, how long it had been airborne, what its planned flight path was, or where its termination point was planned to be, that information we don't have at this point. I'm sure the NTSB and the FAA, as they comb through the evidence and look through the interviews as they proceed, will be able to provide a more detailed picture of the entire path of the flight and what occurred at that point.
I know you said that you're still working to notify next of kin. Any idea if any of the victims in this case are from Arizona, or where they may be from? Any age range you can give us, genders?
What we do know at this point is they were all adults. The victims that we're dealing with were all adults. But again, any more information as far as to where they're from, we're really holding off until we can ensure all the appropriate next to kin notifications have been made.
Is it accurate to say that these victims are skydivers, or some of them, just like you said, were in the hot air balloon but were not?
We can't really guess as to what their background is. They were not part of nor equipped today to be part of the skydiving plan. The people that were able to execute that jump successfully. So what we know at this point is the people that were in the balloon when it came down probably were not planning to skydive from the balloon. There's no indication that that's the case.
I don't know if this is something you can answer, but like planes, are hot air balloons usually equipped with some sort of way to speak with air control or air traffic control? Or
I couldn't answer that question for you. I'm not an expert in that area as far as hot air balloon operations. I would assume that there is some coordination with their own ground support. As we know, hot air balloons kind of limited where the wind takes them to a certain extent. So there are ground support vehicles and personnel that kind of help support the recovery of the balloon after. So I think it's a reasonable assumption that they had some sort of communication with their own support crews. But beyond that, as far as official communication with controlled or uncontrolled airspace, I wouldn't have that information for you.
Sir, we haven't been able to see the balloon obviously for ourselves. Have you seen it? And if so, can you describe the hot air balloon? What color is it? How big is it?
It's a kind of a standard, from what I've seen, it's a standard hot air balloon with a basket type gondola to it that is very typical of what we see with hot air balloons. Beyond that, that's about
what color is that hot air balloon?
The hot air balloon had a lot of different colors to it, so as far as trying to describe it that gives any sort of specificity, I don't know.
Okay. And the mayor was talking about how there's a large skydiving presence in this area. Can you talk about kind of your role as a police department in an investigation like this? Is it something you've seen before? Is this new territory for the department? Can you give kind of any insight on that?
So accidents related to either skydiving or aircraft related crashes, our department's investigators are trained and have experience in it, and it's something that doesn't occur very frequently. It's ultimately, from our experience in interacting with our skydiving community, a very safe and well-run operation. I think these types of incidences are certainly the exception rather than the rule. They're tragic when they occur. The investigation obviously results in a lot of good information that can help either prevent future accidents or future mishaps. But from what we've seen here locally, and I think throughout the state, is these types of accidents are very rare.
Based off that question, when was the last time you came to a hot air balloon crash around Eloy?
It's been a long time. This is the first hot air balloon crash. I've only been here for a handful of years, so this is the first hot air balloon incident in Eloy since I have been here. We have recently had a fixed wing aircraft crash about a month and a half ago that unfortunately also resulted in a fatality of the single occupant and pilot. But our role and responsibility in conducting these investigations is initial on-scene investigation, conducting witness interviews, using our digital forensic equipment to map the scene appropriately, and then primarily collaborating with our federal partners for the NTSB and the FAA so that they can bring their expertise to bear and complete the real thorough investigation that might result in some sort of an indication of cause. That is something that is beyond the scope and capability of what our investigators would typically do. So we rely on the federal partners that have that significant expertise in that area.
NTSB and FAA like to take their time on their investigations.
Yes.
Have they told you how long they might be here to investigate this?
No, they have not. As again, they take these in. They're not limited by a time frame. They're very cautious and careful as they move forward with these forensic investigations, making sure that they pay attention to every possible aspect so that they can provide a good, thorough understanding, for all involved of what actually occurred. So they follow the evidence and they follow the investigation appropriately as they should be. So there's no way to estimate a time frame for completion or a time frame to be able to deliver more detailed information about any causal factors.
So people should expect them here for a couple of times.
Well, I suspect they will probably wrap up their on-scene investigation either today or in the morning, and then the rest of the investigation really it involves poring over the records of the forensic evidence that has been taken, and however long that takes for them to come up with the conclusion to their investigation is entirely on their timeline.
You mentioned that there were several 911 phone calls reporting the incident. Do you know, if at all, what those initial reports sounded like?
I haven't listened to those 911 reports yet. We've been tied up at the scene, but just basic information reporting the incident had occurred, which ultimately got our officers in the Eloy Fire District here on scene. So I have no specific information about what those 911 calls contained.
Have you spoken to the skydivers?
I have not, no. Our investigators did conduct interviews in cooperation with the NTSB and FAA. So those interviews are either wrapped up at this point or close to be done with. So that information will also be moved into the investigation, and all of that will be considered by the NTSB.
As we wrap up, anything you want to say about how this impacts the community here?
Well, it's tragic. We're fortunate in Arizona because of our weather and our space and the ability for people to enjoy these type of outdoor sports. Everything I have seen, both with ballooning and skydiving in this community, is it's always handled very safely and very, very appropriately. Definitely want to thank the Eloy Fire Department. They were here very quickly, and for a small community, them dealing with a mass casualty event, very early on, they performed admirably. We were fortunate that we were able to get the necessary emergency resources here. It's just sad. It's sad and heartbreaking that there was a loss of life in this incident. So.
Thank you.
Has anybody asked already what the company of the hot air balloon was? If so, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we don't have that information at this point. As you can understand, the investigation is still ongoing, and we're still gathering information and verifying ownership and exact identities and roles of people responsible. So at this point, it's just speculation. So.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
All right.